Edwards on the drive, goes inside the floater. Turn him over again. Booker scoops it up. Booker brings the boom.
I know one man who brought the boom last night. He's with me today. Big T in the house today, bringing the boom for the people. Not just him, too. He brought the boom, helped some members get across the finish line. A member almost solo shipped, by the way, that 100K. We're going to talk all about yesterday's showdown slate, but I got to bring the man, the myth, the legend in today. Big T, how you feeling? Sitting up a little taller, as I like to say. I think you're leaning in just to make me feel better, but you can sit up nice and tall if you want today, so you can see how tall you are.
Can't ever get as high as you.
Yeah,
that's just because to get up that high.
That's just because my seat goes higher than your seat. I don't think you lift your seat up high enough. So that's,
I don't. Why. It's up. It's the camera, I think. I don't know. The camera's different. My knees are hitting my desk.
Oh, I was gonna say, no way your seat's all the way up. Your knees are just
my knees hit the desk.
See, bro, you know how I fix that? I just sit Indian style. Just sit Indian style.
Indian style right now.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
You're not Indian style.
Do I seriously have to show you?
No, I believe you. I cannot believe you're sitting.
I'm gonna show it. You ready? You ready?
Oh yeah. Oh my God. You do not sit like that. I refuse to believe you sit like that on the show.
I mean, it's better than crossing my legs.
My God. How I can't even describe how I would have to do that.
Well, first of all, it's comfortable. Second of all, I'm sitting all the way
up.
How
is that comfortable?
What do you mean? It's comfortable.
Sitting Indian style is comfortable?
Yeah, bro. And sometimes I'll if I need to, like, if my hips get tight, I'll just do a quick stretch. I'll get a quick stretch in there.
Just do a quick stretch.
You got to keep the hips limber, bro. You got to just in case you got to get in for that snatch later on in the night. You got to keep the hips limber.
You don't got to sit Indian style to do that. You can still get in there.
You got to get that. No, but you got to keep the hips limber to actually get into it. You know what I mean? If you just want to be a quickie, then that's different. But if you want to get into it, you got to keep those hips limber.
I got to sit Indian style to get a little extra length.
Don't you remember? I was literally sitting in your car and I was sitting Indian style just to annoy you that time. Don't you remember that?
I don't remember that, but
because we got all those drinks and there was nowhere for my feet to sit. And you go,
Indian style.
And you go, bro, my bad. Like, I don't know where you put your feet. And I'm like, I'm fine. And I just pulled my legs up and sat Indian style in your car. You don't even remember that, do you?
I don't remember it. I think it's funny.
That is funny. That is funny. That was when we had the house and we drove all the stuff over to that house for the Rum Pure party. Yeah. That's when it was. But all right, back to all the winning that you and a bunch of members had last night. So you shipped first place. We talked about it yesterday on the show. You were very adamant. You liked the blowout. You liked certain guys in the blowout. Terrence Shannon, I'm pretty sure, was on the winner. You loved him. We both talked about Isaiah Joe. If it was a blowout, Isaiah Joe was the perfect fit as like a OKC cheapie. We talked about hating Mike Conley, Lou Dort, like all these guys. Like
Lou Dort got really lucky too.
Really lucky.
He got like really lucky.
But either way, you were on it yesterday. You talked about being heavy SGA captain, everything. A bunch of members won. I'm reading on the sheet you added on our slate builder sheet, which if you're not a member, you should join RPS 15. Come check it out, because on this NBA slate builder, Big T added a column or two, and it was 5 guys that we like over the field, and the 5 guys Big T posted are just, it makes me laugh now because it's just funny, but like Terrence Shannon, Isaiah Joe, Kenrich Williams, and Rob fucking Dillingham who needed 3 points. And if he got 3 points, one member would have solo shipped 100K, and you guys, I think a few of you would have came in second, right? A few Run Pure guys and you would have came in second.
Yeah, it would have been 5 of us, 5 Run Pure people, and I thought we would have had the winner, but then the dude corrected me in the chat. He had a little solo team that snuck in there ahead of us that was I should pull it up and look at the difference, because I don't it's because it was we had Isaiah Joe and Dillingham, and he had the 2 Minnesota guys, Shannon and Dillingham, which was ironically my main team. My main team was the exact one from the show I talked about, where it was Jalen captain. So obviously it wasn't the nuts last night, but Jalen captain, because it lets you fit the 4 studs and then the 2 1K guys. I thought it was like the best build ever, but obviously SGA went off, and Anthony Edwards, who I also was an under on, but ended up playing a lot, exactly because what we talked about on the show, just point. I think I only projected him for 40. He still hit a ton, and he only got 30. So
yeah.
And the dude, I mean, that team would have been perfect. 4 studs, and then the 2 cheap Minnesota guys. He should have solo shipped. That was the best team. So
Julius Randle edged him though, right? But it was kind of like, right? Julius Randle edged Ant.
Didn't even edge him, really. He kind of pounded him by the end. He was up like
he was up 6. I think he scored like 6 more points, 6. Right?
5. So,
but it was what we talked about.
One of the takes from the show was the 3 OKC guys. That's what I wanted. They all outscored both those guys. So Randall was the 4th highest, but all the mid-range busted, like we talked about. Really, they all were way under too, not even
way
close.
under.
So I mean,
and we talked about that Jimmy Butler from Golden State, how like, it's like one of the best 2 guys, but it's just like raw points gets him there. Even in the scenario of blowout, it's just like raw points.
It's just such a good build. That's why I was so adamant on the show. It's like, if the game stays close, we'll lose. But man, when it goes like that, and I was just so certain it was going to go like that, because the team was defeated. Ant was defeated. Like, he knew he couldn't get anything he wanted, and he's used to that. And
I knew it. The first 3 possessions, he passed the ball and ran to the corner like you were talking about. And I was like, oh, my God, Big T literally talked about it, and he just did it the first 3 possessions. And
he was just defeated, man. The main issue is, and again, I like this when it's not Denver, because people always say I make excuses. Sometimes in every series, you just know when it's over. And this happened with LeBron. I'll be honest. When I was the peak LeBron, and they played the Spurs that year, not the year the Spurs whooped them. I bet the Spurs the last 2 games.
Not the Ray Allen year? Not the Ray Allen year?
After that, yeah. Okay. The year, it was probably the next year after, because it was the year the Spurs whooped them. But I bet the Spurs against LeBron in my peak, because you just knew it was over. Like, there's no way they were going to beat Kawhi that year, because the matchups, they just couldn't. Like, I think if these teams played another 10 times, Minnesota would win like 1 or 2. Like, it's just, they're so much better than them, and they know how to defend them now. You always figure it out in the series. Their defense was just so good. I don't think Ant had any answers for it, and he needs more help. You knew you were in trouble too, and I knew that it was going to be good when McDaniels literally misses like 9 straight wide open threes.
Not just McDaniel, a bunch of people, but like him.
His were brutal though.
They were wide open threes too. They weren't wide open. They weren't like, it was almost like disrespectful. Yeah. It was Andre Roberson. Like, I bring this dude's name up every time when it's the Thunder, but it was like that. If you remember him just sitting in the corner and teams would just dare him to shoot. It was like that. Like, that was crazy to me. And Jaden, to his credit, he's gotten a lot better at that corner 3, but he just didn't have it yesterday. Like, he just did not have it. And they did not care.
You know how it goes from playing basketball. You start missing a few and you're wide open, that pressure starts to build each time.
It gets in your head too. It gets in your head. Like, yeah, absolutely. It's honestly worse when people dare you to do something and you do it and you miss. Like, it's for your psyche. It's where I rather like have them contest my shots. And if I miss, like, it makes me feel a little better. Like, they still respect me. Right. But when they're just not respecting you at all and you're an NBA player, it's got to get in your head.
Oh, Especially when you're that cocky and like, obviously Jaden is super cocky. He should be super cocky. He's really good.
Should be.
But I mean, man, it was, So I mean, look at so you got the 3 studs obviously crushed, or at least what they needed to. I'm looking at the wrong game, but right here, even though this was only 39 and 37, it was the 2 second highest scores. Hardenstein bust. We kind of liked it. I mean, even though we didn't like Dort, like these mid-range guys were where you start getting on, like Caruso, Dort, Kaysen.
Well, we hated the mid-range. We hated like all that mid-range we didn't like.
Hardenstein. So really the only mid-range guy on the Thunder, though, is Hardenstein. All the mid-range guys for the T-Wolves, though, like Naz Reid. Naz Reid got kind of lucky, too. He played good. He hit a few runners. Rudy was terrible. Jaden was terrible. Dante was fine. Conley was the huge bust. He actually didn't end up as high owned as I thought he would either. He's a bad man. The Wolves just have a lot of issues. I think if they're tougher than you, they always can beat you. But man, if you just look at their roster, they're definitely limited.
There was one play where Ant got a foul called on him, and it was a terrible call. It's like what OKC would do to Ant every trip down, and he like clearly hit the ball too out of, I think it was Caruso's hands, and the commentators were even like, it's literally like what OKC does to him every time down the floor. And then after they called that foul, which Ant was pissed about, he wanted the coach to challenge, he didn't get the challenge. The refs called 2 bad fouls on OKC like immediately, and it was like makeup calls. But right then and there, I was like, that's the difference. Like OKC was allowed to play that physical, and it got in their head. Because when I saw Ant complaining about that one situation, I was like, you can tell he's just completely fed up. Like completely fed up.
And that's usually what Minnesota does to the other team. It's just
exactly.
I'm just convinced that OKC's just, I don't know how it always goes back to Denver, but I don't know how they took them 7. Yeah, the Thunder team's good.
The question's going to be, do we just bet OKC 4-0 sweep in the next series? Because they're going to have.
Always tough. Like, I always lean 5. Like, 5's always my number.
Well, 4-1's going to be chalk. I think.
Which it should be, I think.
It should be. Yeah.
I mean, I definitely don't see it going more than 5. So I don't know can you make money if you bet 4 and 5? That could be my bet. If you like make money off that.
It's probably going to be like +1 something. Like it's
plus
going to
anything. I like it.
I think it should be, right?
I mean, I'm pretty confident it finishes 4-0 or 4-1. That might not you might not make money betting both of those. You probably don't, honestly. Like, that has to be favored. I don't think they'll let you bet both of those.
I think 5-1's going to be favored. I think 5-1's going to be favored.
4-1 and 4-0 will probably be pretty similar. I mean, they're going to be an enormous favorite.
Yeah. Oh, we'll see. We'll see.
Does anyone have odds out?
No way they have odds out, do they?
They might, just because, I mean, the other series, they like people betting early. They might.
That's true. They do like people betting early.
I am curious. Is if we can make money betting both of those. Let me see.
All right, so series.
OKC's minus 750 right now.
I only see I see this series for the correct score. Like this series we're going to talk about. If you like the Pacers to lose tonight, the Pacers to win 4-2 is +160. If you think the Knicks can get it to a game 7, that's +850. So if you like the Knicks and then you like the Pacers,
4-1 is +225. Matty Ice says. I knew there had to be a line somewhere.
4-1 for the NBA Finals.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, he said go to Finals tab on DK under. So what's the 4-0, Matty?
Go to Finals tab. Oh, here it is. Yep, I found it. Okay, so here's the series. This is with the Pacers because we're assuming I think the Pacers win. 4-1 is 225 for OKC. 4-2 is 425. 4-0 is 250. So to answer your question,
so you can make money.
You can make money.
Yeah.
I think I'm betting one of those. I don't know if it's going to be 4-0 or 4-1 yet. I'm gonna think
problem is I just feel like you don't make enough. But obviously you won't be able to bet the series, so you're going to have to pick one of those. Can't just lay minus 800.
I mean, what's the line going to be? Yeah, exactly. Minus
750 right now, so I assume it'll be somewhere in that range. It's not going to move much. 750, 800.
Yeah. Whew. I mean,
so what do you win? I'm curious now. Where's this at? What do you win if just say you bet 100 on both? What would you win? I still haven't found it. Where's it at?
So if you go under finals tab, yeah, next to series markets, Tony.
Okay,
so go
you go
next to series markets.
Yeah, so if you bet 100 on both, you're in for $200. Yeah, I mean, you get back 375 and 330. So I might bet both. I don't see any way it's not ending in one of those. So I might just take my profit and bet 4-0 or 4-1 and move on.
I like it. I like
you still make a decent amount. Like, what is that? Like 1.5x your money?
Ish.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine. So basically, they're minus 200 to win both of those. Basically, I would lay minus 200 that they're going to win in one of those.
Yeah, it's probably going to be 4.
Oh, here it is right here. See, people are smart. That's why I like talking. So it hit under 5.5. Yeah. Okay. That's what I'm betting. That's my bet right there.
That's your bet. Yeah.
I knew we could. I'm glad he said that. That's the bet right there. I should just bet it right now because I know I'm going to like it. The line's going to go up, I bet.
It's definitely going to go up.
I'm going to bet it right now. Where's that at? Exact games. Let's see. Where is that?
Oh yeah, 5 games.
There
I don't
it
see
is.
under though.
130 right now. Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong one. 145. There it is. Yeah, I'm betting that.
Yep.
So if they win in 4 or 5.
So if you want to find that on DK Sportsbook, you go to finals next to series markets, you go to finals, and then you scroll over to series total games, and then you'll see it's at the bottom. OKC versus Indiana, under 5.5 games is minus 145. That's what Matty Ice just threw up there. That's on DK Sportsbook right now. If you want to hit that line with Big T and I, it's definitely a good line. So
I wonder how much they'll let you bet on this. I'm about to find out.
I'm about to find out.
I'm curious. They can't let you bet that much, right?
I mean, I don't know. How much will they let you bet?
I don't know. I'm trying to decide how much I want. Like it, I don't know why I'm rushing, but I think it just feels like such a good. Also, he said OKC minus 2.5 is even minus 135. So he just keeps finding us better lines. Where's that one at? That's another 10 cents we save.
Series spread.
Series spread. OKC minus 2.5 games.
Minus 135.
God, yeah. See, he's working for us.
So that's the next one over, or 1 or 2 over. Series spread. Still under finals, over to series spread on DK Sportsbook at the bottom. So there you go.
It doesn't let me bet anything. I knew it was going to happen. It only lets me bet like $400. 431. It lets me bet 431.
That you were limited at that?
I tried to bet 2,000 and only let me bet 400.
I'm gonna bet 2,000 on it right now.
It's gonna let you, and you're gonna make me tilt my face off. I'm gonna be so mad.
Yep, it let me.
I know. I hate you so much. God, every time, I freaking hate it. Surprised it didn't let you like boost it too.
They just let the donkeys. They just let the donkey bettors bet whatever they want. They don't care. They know the money comes back in. That's fine. Big T's too sharp.
Minus 135, and you get 4 and 5. Like, that is such a good bet.
So good. Yep.
You just gotta hope Indiana, because they're gonna have a week off. You gotta hope Indiana just doesn't steal game 1.
Which game 1's going to be in OK. That's going to be a crazy spot, right?
That's going to be my game I'm most scared of, though. Just
the only thing that scares me is both teams are going to have a decent amount of rest, probably, because you still have to wait. It's not like the series starts like in 2 days. Like they still have to wait until what is it, the 4th or 5th?
Next
Whenever
Thursday, a week from today.
Yeah, a week from today. So yeah, should
So if
be
the Knicks win tonight, I
interesting.
mean, they're only gonna have they're still gonna have a lot of time off.
If the
4 days.
Knicks win tonight, then the game 6 is on Saturday, right?
Yeah, so you'll
So
have 40 days off still.
that's still decent. That's still pretty good. So
either way, I mean, 135. When the series is minus 800 and you can get 135, I mean, that's a good bet.
all right.
Now be there. You like Indiana now after they whoop up on your team? They're gonna steal one now.
Brunson's gonna go nuts. Game 1 of the NBA Finals. That's what he said. He said, "Just
imagine
bet the Knicks
Jalen Brunson trying to score on this OKC defense."
He's gonna get whoever it is, they're just gonna get bottled. Like the one thing I will say though is the Pacers team, they are more of like team-oriented basketball. It doesn't like, even though Tyrese Halliburton's the guy, he's still a facilitator, and they're cool with like anyone. If you watch Pascal Siakam after that last game, he's talking to, I think it's Kenny, Shaq, and Charles and all those guys, and he just kept talking. Honestly, I felt like he kept like subtly throwing digs at Toronto and talking about how awesome it is playing in Indiana because they don't care. He doesn't care if because Charles Barkley asked him, I don't know if you saw this, Big T, he asked him straight up. He was like, dude, they don't run any plays for you. And you just and he was like, that's fine. They know, like, if they need me to do something, that's fine. If they don't, I'll figure it out. Like, it's cool. I just want to win. And I was just like, yeah, that kind of makes sense because in Toronto, there were all those reports about like people being selfish and guys like not playing the right way and stuff. And I always thought it was Pascal, but it might have been like the other guys. Like OG complained a lot.
They still won a freaking title in Toronto.
Yeah, with Kawhi.
But someone posted this on Twitter, dude. That roster was ridiculous.
Yeah, no, the roster was sick.
You look, I didn't realize it was that good looking back. They had like good dudes at every position, like even like Norman Powell, and like they had so many good guys on that team.
Yeah, they had a perfect like setup with role players too, and like guys that took
wonder if Kawhi never left, if they would have run off a few of them.
I mean, Kawhi still would have had like his injury issues and woes, and
where he just disappeared for 4 years.
Yeah, literally disappeared.
No one even knows where he went. He just went home.
And then he comes back and he's still like fucking really good, even though he's like not as good as he was. He's still amazing. Like, it's just crazy how that can be the case, but whatever. Who knows? But we got this game tonight, Knicks and Pacers. Tony, Knicks are favored too. I know it's in the Garden. Cat's questionable for this game tonight. And it's interesting here because I feel like this game's a closeout game. I feel like the Pacers wrap it up here in this spot. Karl Anthony Towns is hurt. Who knows how hurt, but he did look really hurt at the end of that game. I know he banged knees or whatever, but he was kind of like he hurt his spoon. He was having issues.
He's not hurt. He's freaking. He's a bust.
So he was faking it. He was.
Call me Dr. Big T or whatever we were saying the one day. Do I need to write it on the notebook?
Yeah, write it on the notepad.
Next to SDA over Ant, right there.
Dr. Tony said
he's not freaking hurt. He's a puss.
So you think that he's totally fine? Like he's gonna definitely. I mean, I think he's gonna play.
Normal wear and tear, yeah.
Okay. All right. So you think he gets his full minutes tonight? You don't think there's any limitations at all?
I mean, unless he just quits, which I think that could happen if it gets tough. He's a quitter.
Well, he's a quitter, so you never know. Plus 145 right now. The Pacers are in New York tonight.
I think the Knicks win one, though. I think the Knicks. Oh, okay. I think the Knicks win one. I think that for one, the NBA doesn't want to go a week with no games. I know that whatever the conspiracy theories, all the nonsense.
That's normally me who talks about this too.
They don't want a week with no which is stupid, anyways. I mean, we can talk about that too. Like, why do we have to schedule the finals for next Thursday? They play every other day, and now they just have to wait. Why can't it move up to Sunday game 1? Like Sunday is a great day for game 1. Like I don't
No,
get
it's an amazing day. What's going on Sunday? Like
nothing.
it's
Like I just
perfect.
don't get it. Like this series has been like I think the Knicks got enough pride to win one.
Okay, so you think it's a Brunson game? I think it's the first time too that Halliburton's been priced ahead of everyone. Too is the funny part.
That's what I
So
wanted to do. Actually, it's been working good for us looking at this. So let's just go down the list real quick again. Halliburton 11-4. Pascal's up. Miles Turner's still the same, even though he's been terrible. They just won't drop Nembhard. They love him. He's been horrible.
this is just
Neesmith's
not a
got the
Nembhard
bump
series.
back up though.
This is just not a
TJ.
Nembhard series.
I mean, it's been rough on old Obi. So all these prices, Benny Math is too much. Shepard, all these prices really didn't move much. Tony Bradley, is there anyone else? So Tony Bradley's still 1K. So really from Indiana, nothing besides Halliburton going up a little to be the most. So that means Brunson went down 600. So that's your point, to your point right there. Even though it doesn't seem like much, he goes lower, Halliburton goes up, you throw him in the captain, all of a sudden it's a 1K difference or something. Cat 10-4.
I would assume though Brunson's got to be the most popular captain, no matter what.
Halliburton's projection, dude, last game was higher than Brunson's.
Because listen, even though I like the Pacers here, I think Brunson's the best captain.
And I think he'll be the second high. I think Halliburton will be higher. So I think we'll get the second. The second. Oh, again, it doesn't. This is what pissed me off when you said it the other night. These three are going to be very similar. So like, I don't want to like.
I don't know though. I don't think you think Cat's going to be very similar with these guys. I think that Q tag's going to keep people.
I mean, you're probably right. It'll be the other two.
I'm not saying people won't own him. I'm saying in the captain. It might keep people kind of questioning if they want to put him in the top dog spot, not in the util spot. So it might bring his ownership down a little, which might just push ownership, like you're saying, onto the top two even more, and maybe some onto Pascal because he's had a couple good games in this series. So maybe that's what happens too. You had the cheap guy like Neesmith. He's had a game. Man, he was so good in that game, Tony, and he only had 24 fantasy points.
He was
That's
awesome.
Crazy.
Too. Yeah. It's how he is. A lot of his stuff's like the Caruso effect where his stats don't necessarily, because Caruso had 24 last night. He was amazing. Like, these guys just don't show up in and sometimes they don't get the stat either. Like, they'll deflect it. So it should be their steal, but it'll fall into like the other guy's lap and they get the steal.
Why is it? I've seen this happen a bunch this year. I thought it was always whenever the guy tips the ball, like whoever initiates the steal is the guy who gets the steal.
Scorekeeper's discretion. I think it should be, but sometimes you get in the thing where maybe the other guy's in the pass. It's just hard. It's a scorekeeper's discretion, but
yeah,
I think it should be too. And honestly, like this is how I would score it. Just like obviously you can't in the NBA, you can't give 2 steals. But like for my young kids and stuff, I would just give them both a steal because one was in the passing lane and one got the reason it happened. Obviously, you're not doing that.
Oh, yeah. You could do both guys getting the steal.
You're not doing it in the NBA, obviously.
No.
But I think they should both get credit for or just do deflections as a stat too, like which a lot of teams do. I'm sure they chart their deflections. So he would get a deflection, the other guy gets a steal.
Yeah, I could see that. What's up, my guy Josh? Didn't know we were live. We went live, 25 minutes ago, I think we went live. So what'd you say?
I said Spencer's always wanting me to go. I might go to Bob Evans one of these days just for Spencer.
Isn't that a chain?
We talked about it on the show. That was where they said they sell like antiques and stuff or something.
Oh, yeah.
With your food, all the blue hairs.
Oh, yes. I forgot about this. Yeah. So, yeah. All right. Go to Bob Evans. Let me know how it is. Let me know if you buy any antiques too while you're at it. Like, let me know. I want to know. Chef Frank. That's our boy. Chef Frank had a good night, I think, last night.
Oh, it is Cracker Barrel. Damn, Drew's right. I was talking about the wrong place. It was Cracker Barrel.
I was gonna say, I was like in my head, I was like Bob Evans. I don't know.
You're right. I was wrong. Yeah. I got the two blue hair places confused.
Drew's always on top of it too. Drew's always on it. I love that. So almost cooked with Dillingham last night. Yeah, there's a few people, Josh, who almost cooked with Dillingham last night.
He wasn't that aggressive either. Like I wanted him to be a little bit more aggressive.
I mean,
at the very end he was, but
what you needed, Tony, was just a few more minutes of Dillingham. Like, oh my God,
he would have brought him in later too. Because there was the one time out where I thought they were going to do it, and then they still brought all their guys back out. I needed like 2 or 3 more minutes because I mean it was just sometimes you have the right. I mean, you literally couldn't have had a better call of a game than that. Like if you had Dillingham. And I won't even put Isaiah Joe in there because Isaiah Joe made all of his shots. I thought he was the safest play. But that dude that would have solo shipped had the best team because Shannon and Dillingham, I thought were like just insanely good plays. He had a miss three. Yeah, I mean, I wish that dude. I wish who was the dude that was going to solo ship? Are you in here? I want to find him because that dude should have won. I forget who it was. He called me. He's probably watching. And our boy Exumian was in the chop last night.
Yeah. I saw him. He gave you some credit in the Discord. I saw him give Big T a little credit in the Discord.
You a skinhead or something, whatever.
I don't know what the heck Hey, we appreciate you, Exumian. We love it. Appreciate you using the logo. If you guys want to use the logo too, it is free. If you enjoy these shows, you like it.
Let's keep the nectar flowing, my brother. What's the nectar mean? The blood flow?
No.
That's what he just said in the chat in the Discord.
Oh, Exumian?
Yeah. I don't know what that means, but I'm guessing some blood flow. I don't know. Keep
it flowing, Big T. Let's keep it flowing, brother. Love that. There you go. The $4. Yeah, the $4. Exumian's been on a little hot streak.
Shannon and Joe, how did you not get there? That was the winner.
Maybe he had Ant instead of Randall or something.
Ant instead of Randall because that was I mean that you should have. That was the winner of those two.
See, if I had Randall instead of Ant, would have been mine. Yeah. That was
the combo. So it was either Jalen Williams captain with Ant or SGA captain with Randall. Looking back, I think the better team won. SGA captain with Randall, I think, was a better decision. Not even being results oriented because I had the other way, but I think I was wrong. I think the SGA was better.
Yeah, a bunch of people saying they had Ant instead. So,
that makes the Randall. We did talk about it on the show. Like everyone's gonna want to play Ant in this spot, and all you need is Randall to outscore. I mean, I think that dude that should have won 100K with that team. I wish he was in here. I forget what his name was.
He's gonna watch later and be like, "Big T, that was me." He's gonna tweet at you.
I can't find who it was, but he responded to me. I got to be able to find.
I agree with this, Wes. Nectar better be money. I agree. That's it. We like money flowing in. That's what we like. So hopefully that's what it is. Hopefully tonight we keep it rolling with another big night here. But all right. So back to this game here specifically, Tony. So what are you thinking with Cat here? You think he's fine. So are you going to be playing him in the top spot? You're not worried at all about...
That was our boy Blarney Boys.
Oh, Blarney Boys. That was the dude who was going to come in first with the solo?
Yeah. He said if Dilly made a couple of those baskets, this lineup, which was a couple decimal points ahead of you guys, would have solo shipped. I don't know if that's so it was Blarney Boys.
Damn, he's a good dude too.
That team's the best team. I mean, I can't believe that team would have solo shipped for 100K. That would have been amazing. He deserved that. And I think we would have actually won more with the second place than that too. So, man, that team, I mean, the 4 studs with Shannon and Dillingham, that's the best team. You got the best captain, you got 3 studs, and you got the 2 values. That's the best team. You deserve to solo ship, Barney.
And all he needed was what? 3 more points from Dillingham?
2.5. So, 3-pointer basically, or 3 points, however you draw it up. And he shot that 3. I mean,
2.75. 2.75.
Yeah, whatever. Well, he needed 3, But whatever. That's enough of stroking yesterday.
Yeah,
We got
enough of looking back. Even though we do like it when it's a big day, but let's look forward here. So back to Cat. What are we doing with Cat in the top spot?
Man, I just struggle with Cat. I gave him some credit. He has been good. It's just I think it might be a good play just because what you said. He's going to have that injury thing all day. Everyone's going to play Brunson. I definitely think Brunson and Halliburton are better, but how much does that ownership dip is actually important to me. And I don't think Cat's like that much worse, especially back at home. It's another case, though, where I'm really comfortable wanting all three of those guys again. So I don't think it makes that much of a decision for me. But I'm definitely, just to get my rankings so you can make fun of me again on the next show, it's got to be Brunson, Hallie, Cat for me still.
There you go. That's what it is. I agree with you. It's Brunson, Hallie, Cat. I will say, if you do think Cat is somewhat injured and we get more Mitch Rob minutes.
And his price went down a little too. Even if Cat, no matter what with Cat, I think Mitch Rob at home again is an insanely good play tonight.
But that's not where I'm going. I was going to go the opposite way and say I think it makes Tony Bradley a way better play if you think Cat's minutes are somewhat limited, because it's clear the Pacers, when Mitch Rob's out there, they want Tony Bradley's big ass in there instead of Miles Turner. Like they want to try and match up those minutes as much as possible. And Miles Turner only played I think 18 or 19 minutes last game. So not Miles Turner, Mitchell Robinson only played 18 or 19 minutes. But again, if like I said, if you think Cat is somewhat banged up and Mitch Rob plays more, that could mean Tony Bradley goes from playing 10 minutes to maybe 15 tonight, Tony.
Which
in
would
that
be
scenario.
Obviously enormous.
Huge for a 1K guy. So that's one thing I'm just throwing out there. If you think that about Cat, he's limited in any way. On top of that, Cat creates the dumbest fouls of all time. So you could get there with foul trouble on top of that.
How dumb does he foul? It's got to be. I know they showed the stat the other night that he's fouls more than anyone in the league, but he's got more dumb fouls than anyone in the history of basketball.
Literally, it's insane. It's every game too, Tony. Every game he has to commit at least. And then he always
complains afterwards. I'm like, dude, you just literally reached right through and hooked the guy and fouled him. What are we arguing?
On top of that, he walks or jogs up the court like the oldest athlete I've ever seen in my life. When he jogs,
he looks like me in men's league out there, just hobbling up the court.
I'm like, bro, you're a professional athlete. You can't look like that.
I guarantee he doesn't sit Indian style.
No, definitely. His teammates gotta laugh at him when they watch film and they just watch him just lug up the court. Oh, here comes Cat, just slowly jogging his ass up the floor. An old fucking man. Yeah, but the fouls he creates are just so stupid. And they're always do you know they're always way away from the rim?
Oh yeah. They never involve the play.
They're never tough fouls where you're fouling someone hard to not give them a layup or something like that. They're always out at the 3-point line. Why are you fouling someone out at the 3-point line?
Kills me.
Oh, it's awful.
That's why it was so shocking in game 3 when he was that good. I just was blown away. Why doesn't he always do that?
Hey, he tried in the game last time out, Tony. He made a concerted effort to just not shoot threes and to pump fake and go to the rim every time he got the ball at the top. And I was annoyed because I had his 2+ 3-pointers. I was annoyed by it, but I was like, man, he is making a concerted effort. Because one of his threes was wide open, and he had 2 threes on the whole game. The other 3 was the shot clock. It was going down, and he just had to heave one up. So they weren't. Only one of them was a natural 3. Every single other time he caught the ball at the 3-point line, he put the ball on the floor or passed it. Every time he was attacking. So I don't know if he was just screw the threes, I'm just gonna attack. But yeah, it was annoying. We'll see if he does that tonight. But I did notice that from last game. So. Maybe he shoots more at home. I have no idea, but we both agree on Cat. He's the third captain play. What about this next range here? Pascal, OG, Miles Turner, Mikal Bridges. And I don't know. Yeah, I guess you could throw Josh Hart into the mix. You might as well throw him into the mix too. I mean, what are we doing with this range? I think it's one of the more tougher ranges.
I just think that they give us gifts on these slates where these three studs, or at least I'll just say two studs and Cat, where they just there's not a big enough price gap between like OG at 8,200 is only $3K cheaper than Brunson, and it's just tough, man. The build, this is why I love Showdown though. It just lets you. Like all of a sudden, if you just play Halliburton, same thing we do every day on the show, Halliburton, just say I plug all three of the studs, I still have 3,800. And always what sells me on this, when I flip it and play a cheaper captain or something, you don't gain anything. You don't you go up from Deuce McBride to, or a Mitchell. This is a good example. A Mitchell Robinson to a Bridges or OG. I'd rather just have Mitchell Robinson in the studs. So I don't love this mid range. I don't like Pascal on the road at 9K. OG, I do like OG's minutes and I like how he's played. 8,200 is just a lot for him. He's just, but I do like OG. Definitely, I like him more than the rest of this range. But Miles Turner, I'm never playing at 8K.
No
ever.
way.
Bridges, I like Bridges more than the Indiana guys too, but I still don't like him at 7,800. Josh Hart coming off the bench more than likely again. He's fine at 7,600, but do I really? I'll even throw Nembhard in this too at 1K cheaper. I just can't do it. So I hate this range, but I'll rank it OG and Bridges 1, 2, even though I don't like really OG is the guy I would play in this range. But 8,200 is just tough. The one nice thing about OG, though, you just know he's going to be out there the whole game. If he makes shots, he's just going to play the whole game. So that I always weight that a little heavier than other people do. It's just nice to have your guy out there all game. He can make plays.
I think I'd go OG and Hart 1, 2 if I had to rank the range. I feel like the Mitch Rob run, I feel like it might be coming back down to earth a little bit as long as Cat is playing, as long as he isn't actually limited in any sort of way. So I think they're going to be going back to Josh Hart, almost go back to what got you here. This is possibly the last game for the Knicks. It's at home. Josh Hart is one of those guys that definitely, energy from the crowd, type of guy, momentum type of guy. I feel like Tibbs might go back to maybe not go back, but at the end of the day, he's going to be playing Josh Hart a lot in this spot. So I think I'd go those guys 1, 2, not playing Nembhard, Miles Turner, very little Mikal Bridges. I agree with you on Siakam. I'm going to underproject him again. He has hurt me in 2 of the games, but I'm going to agree on the road. I'm going to be lower. It's tough, though, Tony, when you're lower on Turner and Nembhard, and then you're like, oh, yeah, I'm also lower on Pascal. It's
no, it's nice because you just play the 3 studs.
The 3 studs.
It makes it easy. And even if, say you don't like Cat, if you think Cat's limited, I would definitely bump OG even more too, because he'll take on even more of a role.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm saying OG and Hart. I think they both take on more of a role, so that's why I would bump those.
You know me, I love these Knicks guys. I just love they're always out there, and they're always they have a chance. Even Mikal, even though he's been bad the last couple, and we both hate him, he's at least got a chance though. He's getting looks, he's out there. Some guys you just don't even feel like you ever had a chance. Like Nembhard, for example. I haven't felt like I've had a chance with him I always feel like I have a chance with these Knicks guys.
I mean, same with Miles Turner. Outside of game 1.
I have a chance with Miles Turner.
Like literally, he's 8K. It's just not a Turner Nembhard series. It's just not. Bridges, at least, like you said, he could come out there, he could hit a few shots early, get hot, and play 40 minutes or something like
that. Definitely Bridges. Bridges has the outs to get you 40. 100% he does.
And make no mistake, like, I think we're going to see these guys play super heavy minutes. Like, Bridges played 45, 40.
Why do they not
like,
just play him a whole game? It's like Redmond's always the sharp one every time. Like, why does Brunson have to sit that long?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Your season's on the line. Play him 45 minutes tonight.
Yeah. And Neesmith, I love Neesmith, but they were clearly being careful with his minutes.
So make him, because they want to play him with Brown. Just make him play every minute. He'll get in
That's
foul
what
trouble.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, and they were being careful with him on top of it. So I don't know if that was the injury or they wanted to make sure he didn't get in foul trouble
Don't
early.
even say this, be there. Don't even cast that into the universe.
Oh God!
If for the record, if this happens, I will be on Indiana, not the Knicks. I want to be clear.
If that happens, I'm going to bet more on Indiana if that happens. So
I will.
Oh,
why
please.
is this dude playing Landry Shamet? Oh my God, he's bad.
Yeah, well,
if
I'm
Tibbs tonight, I go in and I literally play 6 guys.
I think we see classic. I think we see classic Tibbs. 7 guys.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple minutes from McBride, but like.
Well, he's the 7th, so yeah, like give him 15.
Well, right,
minutes.
Yeah, he is the 7th. Yeah, you're right. But like only
don't play any
minutes.
of these other guys tonight. Your season's on the line.
Yeah, we're gonna see classic Tibbs tonight. There's no way. Like this is do or die. This is it for them.
I did think it was funny though that Carlisle talked about Precious and then he fell for the bait and threw him in there. He only played 2 minutes, but still.
Hey, it's still something right there. It's still something.
They need to start McBride over who?
Yeah, Mitch Rob. Start McBride over Mitch Rob. Yeah. They won't do that. They won't start McBride over Hart and Mitch Rob. No way. I don't. No way. I will say
they do something weird that they don't think they can win though. So pay attention to the lineup because if they do something real weird, I would bet Indiana more. But if they come out with the normal, if they come out with 5 of these, even if they go back to Josh Hart or something, 5 of these 6, I'll be fine with. But if they start something weird, I'm betting Indiana.
Home games, McBride has played 25 and 25 minutes compared to away games where he's played 15 and 15 minutes. That is something. He's clearly, a guy you would want to roster more at home. I can't imagine they don't play these guys heavy minutes tonight. Like you said,
they have to. They just have to. Their season's on the line, and they're at home. Tibbs, they're at the Garden. He doesn't want to freaking get booed off the court. Like they're gonna.
He drove all game last game. Literally all game last game.
Cat's strength is still shooting though. It's one of the reasons I hate him because it's strength. You don't want him to play away from his strength.
But you got to remember, too, he's also pulling a defender, a shot blocker from outside of underneath the hoop because of his strength.
I despise Cat.
The way they guard him, though, Tony, like they're like literally attached to him when he doesn't have the ball at the top of the key. So it opens up the lane. It should be more like Mikal Bridges and OG need to drive more. Because Jalen Brunson's going to get his, but like Mikal and OG are the ones that should be attacking because Cat is opening up the lane. Aaron Neesmith or Jalen Brunson is opening up the lane because when Jalen doesn't have the ball, Aaron Neesmith is still attached to him. When Cat's up at the top of the key, Cat's defender is attached to him. They're not away. So that means that the lane is open. You gotta be able to beat your defender. If Mikal or OG can beat their defender, they're going to get easy buckets constantly. Those are the guys that need to drive more, in my opinion. The 2 studs are opening up everything for Mikal and company to get easy buckets if they can just first step beat their defender. And it kind of makes sense, like Mikal with that shitty mid-range shot that he loves to shoot, Tony, like something like that. I could see that a lot tonight, but Knicks win when Bridges and OG combined for 40+. This makes sense to me, Redmond. This makes sense. I would assume they're much better when they're
I am
better
having
guys play.
flashbacks of yesterday too with my Knicks talk, just because like I'm looking at this team and the biggest issue still, like we were talking about yesterday when Fallick was on, was just some of the things they just don't have answers for. Like Brunson and Cat are horrible defenders, and Indiana is just taking advantage of that. Whoever Halliburton sees is guarding those two. They're just going to run ball screen, and they just can't guard. So, and you can't fix that.
And they can't hide them
No.
because Indiana is cool with anyone being a focal point of the offense at any time if they have the right matchup. Correct. That's why they can't hide them. Like in certain matchups, they can hide them better. In this matchup, they cannot do that. And that's what's giving them issues defense and the pace. I'll just keep saying it. They're not comfortable with the pace. It's just not comfortable for them.
I love Redmond. What is the ball screen? Knicks are all ISO. They don't need the ball screen. Every team in the league runs the ball screen. They don't need it.
Oh,
poor Knicks. Oh.
Knicks fans are going to be in shambles.
Man, the more I'm thinking about it, the more you might be right. I just
come on over, buddy. Water's warm. Come on down, Big T.
I just think the Knicks have to win one. It can't end tonight. There's got to be a weekend game. Can't be no weekend games.
God, this might be a Bridges scores game though. The more I look at it. I don't know if that means he's going to be like on the fantasy winner, but I should bet him for like 20 plus or something like that. He's probably going to tilt me when he hits a bunch of shots at home and stuff like that.
I do think the Knicks are going to have a good game. They got to win one at home. They got to give us a game.
But Hallie does this shit though, where he plays outrageous and then he'll come back down to earth for a game. Like he does this. Not 84 type, not like what he did, yes, but I'm saying like in the middle of that, like he does this a lot. It's very up and then it can go way down. So, we'll see. But again, that's the cool thing with the Pacers. They don't need Hallie to be like that every game if the Knicks aren't playing amazing. Yeah. Like, not many teams can say that about their best player.
As the series goes on, this is why the playoffs have always been good. I mean, you figure stuff out in a series. I don't see how Halliburton's going to get worse because, like I said, I mean, he is going to put these two in the ball screen, and he's going to get whatever he wants. Is he just going to miss shots? Is that like the answer, that he just misses those three? It could happen.
But, or his teammates are missing shots that he's passing to. Because he's facilitating
it could
a lot.
Happen. I just think, man, I think he's got him totally figured out.
Do we get 20 assists tonight, Tony? Do we go back to it?
That would just be greedy to go right back to it. I
don't. I'm gonna watch you later tonight. You're gonna be betting the 16 assists again, just to see if it happens tonight.
The 0 turnovers, though. Zero turnovers. It's because he doesn't get pressured. You don't turn it over when you're not pressured.
Yeah, the way, look at OKC. The reason why they get all these turnovers is because they're just all over the ball. Yeah. They're all over these guys. They're making it so annoying and frustrating. That's not Halliburton. That's not what's happening to Halliburton. Like, these guys aren't doing that to him. And it's a lot easier to pass, Tony, when you don't have someone just smothered all over you.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's way easier to see everything that's going on the court and to make the right read. So that's what's happening. But back to the price tags here. So we get down into this mid-range, which I assume is where you're going to live, this cheaper, mid-range to cheaper plays. Aaron Nesmith, Mitchell Robinson, TJ, lower than them, Obi. Benny Math finally had a game. I mean, crazy game too. 25 fantasy points, 20 actual points in 12 minutes. In 12 minutes of action, too. Like, that's insane right there. What are you doing with that range? That's the range.
Yeah, I like this range for sure. Like you said, I mean, Neesmith. My favorite's still Mitch Rob, actually. As long as he starts. If he doesn't start, then I'm not going to be on him. But that's why the lineup. I think he'll start, though, if they go back, then I won't like him. But as long as he starts, I love him. No matter what, though, I'm still going to like TJ and Obi. Especially with a 3-1 lead in the series. And say Halliburton does struggle a little more tonight, I think it would be those two guys that pick it up. I'm not going to be on Benny Math. I think Deuce McBride is just priced nicely to have a ton of upside at that price point. So Deuce McBride actually would be my, and he just fits my build too, where it makes a lot of sense to go with him. But I love this range. I want to live in this range, like you said. And then I don't even love like Shamot at 2K. I'm not doing that. DeLon Wright, yeah, I'm going to have some DeLon Wright, but I don't want a ton. And then it would just be Tony Bradley at the bottom. It's not like last night. I don't want a ton of these guys down here. Maybe I throw it depends on the Cat news, but if something's wrong with Cat, you have to play a little Precious too at 1K. But I like them. The guys up further in Tony Bradley are where I want to live in this spot. Deuce McBride's probably the play.
Yeah, I mean, he is cheap. We definitely don't like, Ben Shepherd. I don't like Shamot at 2K. I'm not going to play some DeLon Wright. So I have to leave Miles McBride in the pool. Benny Mathurin coming off of like literally just an insane game. I don't know if I'm going to go back to him, but I'm going to leave him in the pool. I'm just going to under project him and see if he hits any teams because I'm not playing a bunch of these guys. I agree with you. Tony Bradley's probably the best cheapie. Miles McBride, maybe the second best guy. And I like the TJ Obi range. I'm with you on Mitch Robb. If Mitch Robb doesn't start, I probably won't be on Mitch Robb. If he does start, then I'll probably have some. And then just kind of go from there. Neesmith's also like at a price where they bumped him up. I'm probably going to under project him too and just see where I hit with Neesmith. I like him. I just know he's out there more for his defense. And like I said, like last game's a perfect example. Like I thought he played awesome and he got us 24 fantasy points, which was that on the winner, Tony? I can't remember. Was it on the winner? Because he was cheap.
Yeah, I mean, he was like very cheap last game. It probably was. I don't remember that.
I think it was.
Obviously, Pascal. He had to be on it.
He had to be on the winner. Benny Math was on the winner. Benny Math was on the winner.
Definitely. He might not have been on the winner. Either way, he was solid. He wasn't great, but solid. I mean, he was great in the game. He was solid fantasy, though.
Yeah. All right. Anything else to touch on here? I think we hit Ben Shepherd, I didn't hear you talk about him, but I know you don't like him. I mean, I don't like him.
He's going to be in my player pool, but I mean, I'm literally going to project him for nothing, like 3-4. Like I don't like him. I'll get a few randoms.
Everyone loves playing in the Garden. Like everyone. The Garden,
bigger place.
The Garden's like one of the best environments for these guys to play at. All the studs love playing at the Garden. So yeah, it does make sense. But Obi and TJ, do you have them like the same, or do you like one of them more?
I always lean TJ. I just trust TJ a little more, but they're basically the same play. I trust TJ more though, especially on the road.
Dude, I forgot to send this to you. So did you see? First of all, if you go follow the DK Sportsbook thing, what was the most bet prop yesterday? Do you know?
Yesterday, the most bet prop
that they posted out there.
I have no idea.
It was Anthony Edwards over 20. I think it was 26.5 points.
Really?
Yeah, he scored 19. The one before that they posted for the Knicks game 2 nights ago, it was Obi Toppin under 0.5 3-pointers.
Really?
Do you remember what happened at the very end of the game?
I remember he shot a 3. I don't think he made it.
He made the 3.
Oh, he did make it?
With 30 seconds left, or 27 seconds.
I couldn't remember if he made it. I remembered him shooting it.
Because he hasn't hit a 3 all series. All series. He hasn't hit a 3 until that 1-3, and it was with like 27 seconds. And the only reason he was in the game was because someone fouled out. I forget if it was Turner. I think it was Turner, right? Turner fouled out.
Yeah.
So he came back in with like barely any time left. I'm telling you, bro, go follow that account, and whenever they post one, just bet the opposite of whatever one they post, because it hits at like a 90% rate.
They had the Super Boost yesterday that was like that too, that I wanted to bet the other side of the Super Boost.
Do they let you do that?
I mean, no, not on the like. You can go back in though and like just do it on the other side. But it was
that's true.
for Ant and SGA 35 plus, like either one. I didn't think either one of them was going to score 35 plus because of my path. I was like, I don't even. It's the first time ever I wasn't excited about the Super Boost.
Yeah, I haven't bet all of them I think I bet 2 in the playoffs, and they both haven't hit.
And yesterday's, I hated it. I mean, I agree.
I didn't bet yesterday's. I didn't like it either. I didn't love it either.
Sometimes like the odds get chopped a little, but you're like, is it really even a good bet at plus 100?
Yeah. I didn't like that. 35 is a lot. I mean, 35 is.
I get suckered in from those though, because my max is always like $20. So I'm just like, I'll just put 20 on it. It's Super Boost. Throw it in there.
That's different. When you put like 250 or 500.
I'm not lucky enough. You were taunting me. You had another good one the other day that my max bet was like $10 and you had freaking like 500 or something. I was so mad. I was about to text you like, how does he freaking get this?
Told you, if you want to be a donkey and not a sharp, you can come over to JSU land.
You got the algo figured out with those MMA bets. I'm going to keep betting those because it helps the algo.
I just bet the craziest fucking MMA bets ever. Dude, I get so many crowns too when I bet these like crazy parlays and then I hedge. And then I hedge like 3 different ways. It happened to me last week.
To getting a bunch of points. Dude,
so I had the big guy fight. What's the dude's name? The Nurzulton. You remember the Nurzulton fight? He fought the white guy. It's a tough dude. He always fights for your money, but I can't remember his name. You don't remember Ruzaboyev? He fought 2 weeks ago. Ruzaboyev, the big tall dude.
He's like a 6. He fought though.
He fought what's his name? Who'd he fight? You were probably on the other side of it too, is the funny part. You were probably on the God damn it. Who did he fight?
He fought Stolskis.
Stolzfus. That's what it was.
I had the other guy. I had Stolskis.
So he was the last leg of my parlay to win like 7 or 8 grand, I think. And I needed him to win by KO to win 8 grand. So I was like, okay, I'm going to bet, or I needed the fight to end in a knockout. So I actually had Stolzfus too. I just had like the fight to end in a knockout. So I was like, I'm going to bet the fight to end via submission and via decision. I'm going to throw like, 1,500 on the decision and 1,500 on the submission and stuff like that. That way I'm just like, I'm free rolling at this point. I put like $100 on this parlay. And so I have 100 to win 8K if it's a knockout. And then I've got like 1,500 on if it goes to decision and 1,500 if it goes to submission. It ended up going to decision. So I won like, 4 or 5K, whatever it was or whatever. But man, I got like 150,000 crowns from just doing that. It was crazy. I was like,
they add up with bets for sure.
Crazy how much they add up with that stuff. Unreal. So shout out to DK Sports.
I have like a big bet. I love when you get odds the other way, just betting it, because for one, it hedges, gives you more outs in the money, and for two, you just get so much more action in there. It helps. I don't know if it might hurt the algo though, because it might show you're like trying to nitpick them a little bit, but still.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think they like it when you're sending that money in, that like when you're just firing that money through, you know what I mean? Like you're betting 1,000 on a prop, you know what I mean? And then you're betting 1,000 on another prop because you're like guaranteed to lose some money. So it almost like hedges it out for them. So you say they don't like it, but I think they do because it kind of covers their bases. Like you're going to lose some, but you'll still win some. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I don't know. That's the way I think about it, but either way, whatever. Big T headed to the Memorial Tournament. Good show, boys. All right. He's heading to the Memorial Tournament. Appreciate you, Spence.
About going.
Oh, why is it in your neck of the woods?
Not like crazy close, but I'd say in Ohio. A couple hours.
In Ohio. Big T, I'm actually playing golf tomorrow. I'm actually getting out there for the first time in a year. I'm gonna play some golf tomorrow. We'll have to talk. We'll have to talk about the show because I don't know if I'll be able to make the 10 a.m. slot.
You're good to golf.
All right, there we go. So I was going to say that. Oh, good point. There's no game.
Yeah,
so
there's no game. So
See?
I'm going to be out there golfing with you. There's going to be
Thanks,
two
boss. I
golfing.
appreciate the day off to go golfing. I
Yeah.
appreciate that day.
We might have a week off to golf after the freaking tonight.
I'm fine with it. I'm fine. I'm going to find that one birdie, Big T. I'm going to finally get my birdie tomorrow. It's coming. I'm feeling.
I don't know if it's going to happen your first time out, and you haven't put no work in the
why
lab.
Why you got to put that bad mojo?
You were like all excited last year. You had the mat out in the garage. You were just loving life. Now you just totally died on it.
I pulled it back out. I was working working earlier this morning.
You might be in birdie then if you're out there getting the work in.
I made sure I still didn't have. I still had it.
You know, off from your freaking 9 workouts a day and dedicated to golf.
Yeah, no. Today I'm just golfing. I'm just golfing. I'm just working on
like a good workout. You get enough swings, you get your core gets moving a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. You get a little core workout from it, for sure. A little rotational. I got work the hips a little bit. You don't need to do any of this. You just friggin', I don't even know how
do you think the ball goes? You still got to have a little hip movement.
Yeah, you got to see. That's why I work on my hips.
We golf with that like had no hip movement and just zero power because of it. I'm trying to think of what it was.
It was Mangone.
He had no hip movement.
No way. He had no rotation whatsoever. It had to be Mangone.
I don't remember.
It was me, you, Uncle T, and Mangone who golfed.
Yeah.
That's because remember Uncle T rode with Mangone. Don't you remember this? And me and you.
Yeah, he whined the whole time about it. Well, we whooped him.
He did whine the whole time about it. So, yeah, he did do that.
And then the last time I played with him, he had to ride with Rubio. Uncle T always he rides with the people.
That's it. That's what Uncle T does. But back to me. I'm gonna get my first birdie tomorrow. I'm gonna send you a picture after I do. I'm gonna take a snapshot of it. Me just taking it out of the hole. So don't you worry about it.
Take that Wendy's out of the hole.
Wendy's after I golf tomorrow.
I'm sending the order. When's the MMA show? You got to eat it on the MMA show.
If you come on, I'll eat it on the MMA show.
You got 2 meals anyways. You got 2 in the holster.
I know. Should I eat it during the Should I eat it during the MMA fight? Yeah. Should I go over to Andrew's house and eat it during the MMA fights?
No, you should eat it during the show.
Like on the show?
Yeah, it's where it originated. Okay. You got to eat number 1 on the.
All right, you got to send me. You got to send me an order, or send me like a couple things, and I'll order them.
I'll send you an order.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this showdown show. Get over to DraftKings. Check out a DK Sportsbook. Get all your bets over there. Fantasy. Hopefully we have another game this week, but if not,
we probably won't. Chances are we won't do another NBA show till the NBA Finals Game 1.
Yes, that will be the most likely scenario, but you never know. If there is a Game 7, Tony, we might
definitely
pop on
if there's
for
a Game 7. We'll be here.
So, all right, guys, hope you enjoyed it. Get over to Run Pure Sports. Check us out. RPS 15 is the promo code for 15% off. We'll see you guys in about a week, hopefully, because hopefully the Pacers win tonight and we cash our tickets for the Pacers to win the Eastern Conference Championship tonight. Let's get it. Big T, appreciate you joining me here on this Thursday morning. For everyone watching, we'll see you guys next week, hopefully. Till then, we're out of here. Peace.